It wasn't all glitz and glamour at the Oscars, why some folks were protesting outside Hollywood's biggest ceremony. Getting the perfect look for prom. Some LA County foster kids got fully outfitted for their big night, why some of the youngsters were surprised. Hello, everyone. You're watching The Rundown. I'm Robin Winston. Hollywood's biggest night was met with protesters. Take a look. This is video outside the Vanity Fair party after the Oscars. You can see demonstrators got into a small fight and several were pepper sprayed by Beverly Hills police. We saw other incidents as well. At one point, things got physical as protesters attempted to block people from reaching the red carpet at the Oscar Awards. Some attendees had to shove their way past to make their way to the Dolby Theater on foot. Hundreds of protesters lined the streets along Sunset and Highland, bringing lines of limos to a standstill. Demonstrators say they're looking to bring attention to what they call Hollywood's support of Israeli actions against Palestinians in Gaza. Some Oscar goers showed their support for a ceasefire, wearing red Artist of Ceasefire pins. The story of the LAUSD's music repair program won an Oscar. The Last Repair Shop won for Best Documentary Short. It focuses on a repair shop that services musical instruments for the LAUSD's 80,000 students. One of the students profiled in the film, 11-year-old Palms Middle School student Portia Brinker, got the once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to walk the red carpet, instrument in hand, and onto the stage. We got a chance to talk to some of the filmmakers backstage.
We made this film on our own dime for many years, 4 years, and to see the impact that it's making on students' lives at the end of the day is just incredible.
You never know what those instruments can do for these children, especially kids in underserved communities, and so making sure that they have that access just in case that can lead to something that can change their lives, it's incredibly important.
LAUSD Superintendent Alberto Carvalho took to social media offering congratulations and also writing, "Beyond proud of our craftspeople and our students." And get this, while celebrities took limos and fancy cars to the Oscars, the Last Repair Shop crew headed to the Dolby Theater on a school bus. Very fitting, right? I love that. Represent. Well, gas prices are once again getting close to $5 a gallon in Southern California. The average price in LA County is $4.94. It's $4.89 in Orange County and $4.97 in Ventura County. Prices are a little less in the Inland Empire. It's $4.84 in San Bernardino and $4.81 in Riverside. We're paying about $1.50 more than the national average. All right, it's time to check in with meteorologist Belinda De Leon. We need to see what your week is looking like and how it's shaping up in the weather department.
It's the last full week of winter, but when you take a look at the temperature trend in Van Nuys, for example, you'll notice that little by little we'll say goodbye to the winter temps and hello to a spring feel. Temperatures will gradually warm from Wednesday all the way into the weekend. We're going to see highs in the 70s, but there's a catch to these warmer temperatures. We're going to have the return of Santa Ana winds, so a pattern change. We're not tracking the storms anymore. We're watching the winds. From Wednesday into the weekend, we're going to have an offshore trend, and as of now, the strongest winds are expected to happen on Thursday. There's a potential for gusts up to 60 to 65 miles per hour, maybe even higher. Advisories, warnings may be issued, and this will help boost our temperatures into the 70s for the second half of the week and into the weekend. Stay tuned.
A San Bernardino County Sheriff's deputy shot and killed a 15-year-old boy in Apple Valley. The department says it happened after the teen charged at him holding a sharp garden tool. Body camera video shows deputies as they were called to a home Saturday evening. When they got there, they say Ryan Gaynor was holding a 5-foot-long tool that had a sharp blade on one end. Body camera video shows the teen running toward the deputy, and that's when he shot him. We paused the video at that moment. The teen died at the hospital. The case has been handed over to the department's Specialized Investigations Unit. Dramatic moments caught on camera. New body cam video shows what unfolded when LAPD officers responded after a car crashed into a pole. They saved 2 young girls from the car before it caught fire, but they were unable to save a third girl in the back seat. NBC4's Anastasia Olmos has more from Encino.
Hey, get out, get out! Body cam footage from LAPD officers details the frightening moments as they tried to save two teenage girls from inside a burning car.
Is someone else in the car?
Not knowing there was a third girl inside.
There's three? Yeah, back off the street, sir!
LAPD shared this footage from an ongoing investigation. Officers patrolling that night spotted the Camry driving without headlights just after midnight. Dashcam video shows they attempted to stop the car, but it took off.
I would put out a failure to yield. It's raining. We're not going to go in pursuit.
Officers decided not to pursue, but follow. Nearby surveillance video shows they were 18 seconds behind when the car attempted to turn from Balboa Boulevard onto Ventura Boulevard, crashing into a pole.
Watch out. Hey, watch out. I'm going to break the window.
Officers see the car starting to catch fire and do everything they can to remove the two girls they saw stuck inside.
Here, this way, this way.
The passenger was 18 years old, the driver just 14 years old.
Okay. Hey, we're going to move you up. Let's get away from the car.
Officers said they could not see anyone in the back seat.
Hey, it's only two people in the car, right? Three?
An officer runs to his car to get a fire extinguisher and try to get into the back seat. But it was too late. After firefighters extinguished the fire, they discovered a 16-year-old girl had been wedged underneath the driver's seat. The day after this fatal accident happened, we spoke with a witness who had tried to help officers save that girl.
Realizing that someone was actually in that car that was on fire, and I'm that close to, someone's final moments, it's heartbreaking.
Anastasia Olmos, NBC4 News.
The president and former President Trump held campaign events in Georgia over the weekend. The Peach State's primary is Tuesday. Georgia was a pivotal battleground state in the 2020 election. President Biden won by less than 12,000 votes.
Donald Trump sees a different America, an American story of resentment, revenge, and retribution. That's not me, that's not you.
For the good of our nation, it is time for Crooked Joe Biden and myself to debate. We have to debate. It's for the good of our nation.
They both hammered each other on a key issue, immigration. Each said they would handle the situation better than their opponent. LA Mayor Karen Bass is back in LA this morning after getting a first-hand look into the preparations for the Summer Olympics and Paralympics in Paris. Well, one of the last stops was touring the Olympic Village and how the city plans to repurpose their new buildings. This area will be home to 15,000 athletes competing in the Games. Once the Games are over, the Olympic Village will turn into public housing next year. Crews broke ground 3 years ago. The community will soon be equipped with laundry facilities, a post office, and stores for shopping. Things will be different for LA come 2028.
Our athletes will be housed at UCLA.
It's an inspiration for us as to how we can meet our great housing needs, increase affordability in the Los Angeles housing stock, and do it in a sustainable way.
This new Adidas arena will be home to badminton, rhythmic gymnastics, and para-weightlifting. Mayor Bass and the delegation tells us the themes that kept coming up during their trip involved homelessness, transportation, and infrastructure. Today in LA's Lynette Romero is still in Paris working on several stories for the upcoming Summer Olympics. She will be back with us soon and then head back to Paris to anchor Today in LA live when the Olympics kick off July 26. SpaceX's Crew 7 will start their journey home. Astronaut Jasmine Mokbeli and Russian, European, and Japanese astronauts are leaving the International Space Station. They expressed gratitude for their experience as well as for the support they received during the space mission.
I'm very sad to be leaving the station, but I would like to take this opportunity to thank everyone. There are a few of us on board, but there's an entire international team on the ground throughout the world that makes this possible, supporting us every single day, training us to get to this point.
The SpaceX Dragon spacecraft is planning to splash down off the Florida coast on Tuesday.
3, 2, 1, ignition. And liftoff of Falcon 9. Go Starlink, go SpaceX.
And liftoff. Another successful launch for SpaceX. From the Southern California coast, the Falcon 9 rocket lifted off from Vandenberg Space Force Base Sunday night. The rocket carried 23 Starlink satellites into orbit to bring internet service to people around the world. 6,000 LA Unified students completed an impressive fitness journey at Dodger Stadium this weekend ahead of Sunday's LA Marathon. For the past 8 weeks, students at over 300 elementary schools have been training to complete the length of a full marathon. On Sunday morning, they ran or walked the final 1.2 miles at Dodger Stadium. It's all part of a commitment to living a healthy life.
So you can run faster and get stronger for your legs, and you kick harder.
You could be healthy with your body, and if you drink a lot of water, it's healthy with their body too.
The kids receive finisher medals at the end of their run. LAUSD has teamed up with the foundation behind the LA Marathon for the past 16 years to teach kids the importance of exercise and healthy living. By the way, the LA Marathon takes place this Sunday. Hundreds of kids in LA's foster care got the Hollywood treatment. They got to pick out their own gowns and suits for prom night. The nonprofit organization CASA of Los Angeles organized the event. They've been doing this for more than 20 years and worked with companies and volunteers to collect 1,600 gowns to choose from, plus shoes, earrings, necklaces, and purses. One teen told us she had never had anything new before this.
It did surprise me of how many dresses here. It surprised me.
My heart feels like it's going to burst every time I do this event because I'm so filled with excitement and love, and I just want these kids to feel like they deserve to be loved too.
Each teen had a personal shopper to help them pick the perfect look. And for the guys, their suits, shirts, ties, belts, shoes, the works. They got to keep everything. So after the prom, those suits will come in handy when they go to a job interview. I love it. Love to see it. You can always get news and weather updates on the NBCLA app and our website, NBCLA.com. And be sure to tune into Today in LA on NBC4 weekdays, 4 to 7 a.m. I'll be helping you get around with traffic reports throughout the morning. I'll see you next time on The Rundown.